Oh, pardon me. Hello, greetings, good evening, and of course, bienvenidos, everybody. Let me just say hello and greetings once again to my fellow spooky pals and gals. As you know, it's everyone's favorite figure collecting Lobo, and of course, we are back. Yes, back for another riveting, spooktacular episode of Figure Friday. Oh yes, it is that special time of the week where we spend some quality time together and basically we nerd out about all things figure, Funko, merchandise, memorabilia related of all kinds, shapes, colors, and sizes. You best believe anything of that sort you're going to find right here on this channel. And of course, as always, we're coming at you live not only from the world of TikTok, but also from the world of YouTube because I love the correlation between the two. But with that being said, if you haven't already, I need you guys to do me a favor and go grab yourself something to drink. Go grab yourself something to eat. Go grab yourself a snack if you want to, because your health is important. Your mental health is important. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. So please go and help yourself. And don't worry about me. I had my food not too long ago, and I'm chilling tonight with a good old cold one in the form of a Dr. Pepper. Yes, indeed. That's glorious. Yes, I saw you. I saw you, mother. Hello and good evening. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you so much for the heart me. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Friday evening. Yes, indeed. But again, go help yourself, folks. If you gotta grab something to drink, go grab yourself something to drink. If you want to grab something to eat on, a snack if you want to, go ahead, do what you gotta do. I mean, we got plenty of time and lots to cover this evening. So I hope you guys are ready. Aaron and Naomi, or I'm sorry, forgive me if it's Naomi or Noemi. Thank you for joining me. I apologize if I butchered the name. Honestly, forgive me for that. What is that? Oh, a cup of tea? Oh, yes, indubitably. That's actually a new one. That's really cool. I like that one. I love the fact that they're kind of giving us more Halloweeny type gifts. Really, I like that one. It's really cool. Yes, a cup of spotted spooky tea. Oh yes, quite good. Yes, quite good. What's up, Paul? Good evening, man. What's up? Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And before I forget, for those of you guys who went to work today, I hope you guys went to work, made that paycheck, made that bread. Just remember, keep hustling. You're doing great. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. Banana, welcome in. Also, if you're currently at work, please do me a favor and don't get in trouble. Don't get caught on your cellular device by your phone or your higher up, because I don't want to be the responsible one or responsible for anybody getting in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. So forgive me. Lena and In Caballero, welcome in. Nestor, welcome in. I see you. Okay. Goodness gracious. I just want to say hello and welcome back for those who are just joining us on this wonderfully spooky Friday evening. And of course, for those of you guys who are watching as a highlight on the YouTube channel, welcome as well. That's cool. I like that. Oh, well, it's okay. That way I know it moves. Like it's a interactive one. That's cool. Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Trauma Mama, welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderfully awesome Friday evening. So, as you guys know, like I said, we are still in the month of the spooktacular celebrations, and of course, we are T-minus 1 week away from the spookiest day of the year, and of course, the finale of this month. And I don't know about y'all, but I am personally looking forward to it. Dig that. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And of course, shout out to my boy Rudy, because today is his birthday. Happy birthday to you, my man. Hope you're having a wonderfully awesome evening, and I appreciate you for spending some time with us, and of course with me. And of course, with that being said, this year we will be introducing. Tonight's segment we will actually be introducing another pair of creepy additions to the pack of this evening. Both of them are hailing from the world of both TV magic and of course cinematic magic. So with that being said, I invite you guys to please sit back, relax, kick your feet up, take a deep breath, and just chill and mellow out with your boy, because as you know, it's just you, me, and the merchandise of tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now, as of course you guys know, I am a gentleman, so I thought that we could introduce our leading lady of this evening, who will be starting us off. And not only is she a very, very famous hostess, but also one of the many reasons why I stayed up late. So, yeah, yeah. So I'm not like that. God, get your minds out of the gutter. Come on now. So please, ladies and gents, give a big Wolfpack welcome to Miss Elvira. Yes, yeah, you heard me right, folks. It's Elvira, the mistress of the night. And of course, she has agreed to join me as co host, and of course, brought a little bit of her history with her, which of course she so graciously allowed me to share. Come on out, Miss Elvira. Wow, look at her. This is another beautifully crafted Funko Pop, and oh my goodness, hey. Oh yes, she enjoys a sport of tea for the mistress of the darkness and dark forces and everything. But of course, allow me to share a little history about her. So, she's portrayed by the lovely Miss Cassandra Peterson, and is a dark and mysterious, although comedic and funny, and of course upbeat woman who was co-created and played by that actress in particular. Oh, thank you so much for the roses. So awesome, so awesome. Thanks so much for the roses, and thankfully they're hypoallergenic, so they don't set off my allergies. She was a good. Yeah. See, Rudy gets it. He understands where I'm coming from. Definitely, you understand where I'm coming from, right? Right. She was definitely a good reason to stay up late. Yo, Chikorita. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Oh my God. I mean, I'm so happy that you sent that to me, Rudy. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Coordination, but can I just say, lock the doors and turn the lights down low? I'm all joking, but of course, Rudy, thank you so much for sending me the corn, because it actually gives me a reason to say, oh my God, it's corn. And that goes out to my corn lovers. You guys know where I'm coming from. But back to Miss Elvira here. Now, Chica, since you just joined, this is our first guest of the evening, the lovely Mistress of the Dark, Elvira. Okay. And now, originally starting out as, I'm sorry, goodness gracious, sorry. She was starting out as the hostess of B-grade horror representations. She actually later became an icon of the Halloween series. Of course, the Halloween, world, so and of course she got her own movies, her own comic books. She also got songs and games as well. Now, I didn't really get a chance to read so much into the comics. I'm sorry, not the comics, but the songs and the games. But I'm willing to bet they were pretty decent or pretty awesome, honestly. But she's also often tended to sort of like blur the line, if you will. She had very amazing eyes. She had eyes? Nah, I'm saying. But she, yeah, like I said, she sort of blurred the line between both fictional character and real life personality, because she was able to appear in character in live events. And of course, that includes talk shows and realities, as well as being credited as Elvira herself. And that was actually in, pretty much all of her appearances. There were times where people saw past the Elvira persona and mostly referred to her as Miss Peterson. But 90% of the time, she was always Elvira to me, honestly, because that's one of the main reasons I will always remember her. Well, still remember her. I'm sorry. She's still alive. She's still alive. I'm not trying to put bad karma on her. Woo, no. But for these reasons, she is actually sometimes considered just a stage persona rather than a proper fictional character. However, that doesn't apply to her, since she doesn't really have a fictitious background and personality, which clearly distincts her from Miss Peterson's lifestyle, which is what makes her so unique. Now, I did find out some pretty interesting fun facts about Miss Elvira, but before I get into that, I'm going to need you to hydrate. Drink something. I mean it. I'm talking to you. Drink something. Oh, I thought I had something on my finger. But no, it was just my skin. Thank you so much for the live. Thank you so much. Let me get a little swiggity swig here. See, look, I'm hydrating too. I know it's not water, but forgive me. Lovely. Oh, thanks so much for the pumpkin. I'm not a pumpkin. I'm not a pumpkin head, but you know. Oh, thanks so much for the crystal rose. I only smell ice. What is this? What is this crystal rose? What is this? But anyways, now for example, in the fun facts part, did you guys know that she actually went on a date with the king himself, Elvis Presley, when she was just 17 years of age? I kid you not. I actually looked into that, and I found a photo of Elvira and the king at a restaurant together. It's legit. They were true, honestly. I see you. Thanks so much for the boxing gloves. I mean, I'm saying why you're trying to box me right now. I mean, because it's just because I'm alive. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Okay. And believe it or not, like I said, the reason that she was such a good character is because everything that she was able to obtain from that career. For example, you know, she got the comics, she got the games, she got the songs, and she actually got her very own Elvira sitcom, which is honestly very, very cool in my opinion, because that shows what a very interesting and unique character that she is. Dabby's Little Mouse, I see you. Welcome in. I hope you are having a wonderfully awesome Friday evening. Oh, yeah. And probably the most interesting fact is that when you look at like the look or of Elvira's character, you wouldn't actually believe it or not, but she was, I'm sorry, Miss Peterson actually developed Elvira's look all from scratch. I kid you not. That was straight up from the ground up. And I mean, heck. But yeah. But since you guys, this is mostly just for you guys who are just joining. Our first guest of the evening, the lovely Miss Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. Look away, Superhead. Calm down, relax. But yeah, she is definitely the GOAT. She's like the peak of peak, honestly. But anyways, with that being said, folks, we're moving on to the next character here. But before we do that, please, I need you guys to do me a favor. Take a breath and make sure that you are hydrating, because I know I probably say that too much, but hey, you know what? I care, you know? I care about you, and don't ever don't think that I don't, okay? So don't forget that. Okay. All right, cool. I see you, chick. I see you. How are you, ma'am? How are you? How's the baby, by the way? How's he doing? I meant to ask you about that. Oh, yeah. And also, before we move on, if you guys can hear the music in the background, just know I have to reinstate this every time. I'm simply using it for aesthetic purposes. I'm not using it to gain nothing or anything like that. So please, don't report me for it. I own no rights to the beats, the lyrics, the images, none of that. I'm simply using it, you know, for the Halloween mood. That's all. So please, for the love of all things holy, don't report it. Because I've heard instances of people doing that, or copywriting or whatever. But I'm not trying to do that. But okay, with that being said, folks, I hope you guys are ready, because we are actually going to be introducing our next guest of the evening. And let me tell you, this guy is, she was close friends with Pee Wee Herman and even came out in Pee Wee movies. Yeah. I do remember she did make a cameo in Pee Wee's movie. I can't remember which one it was. Oh, goodness gracious. It wasn't... I don't think it was his Big Adventure. It couldn't have been Pee Wee's Big Adventure, because I know he made other films too. I know he made Pee Wee Goes to the Circus, and yeah, Pee Wee made an appearance on her show. I honestly didn't know about that. But that was my fault, honestly. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yes, it is. It is October, and we are Halloween strong. But of course, it's not Halloween yet. Appreciate you, Rudy, for the fun facts, man. Heck, more fun facts are always awesome, and they're always to be included. But again, we should introduce our next guest, because I think I should, honestly. But this particular individual is quite the mastermind, if you will, of some of the most diabolical puzzles and traps to ever have been created in cinematic history. Thank you so much for the spot of tea, mother. Thank you so much for the spot of tea. Yes, I needed a good spot of tea. Oh, Pinky's out. When in doubt. So just know, if you're invited to play this game, you better realize there will be blood. Better lock them doors and turn all the lights down low. It was Big Adventure? Wow. I need to rewatch that film. I really need to, honestly. But of course, like I said, folks, if you're going to play his game, you better be ready because there will be blood. So please, ladies and gents, give me one more big Wolfpack welcome to Mr. John Kramer, a.k.a. The Jigsaw. But yes, that's right, folks. The man of many mutilation machines has also joined us this evening. And thankfully, after abstaining from the game, he was actually able to allow me to share a little bit about his history. Because, believe it or not, he didn't become this way overnight. But there he is. And personally, I like this version of him more, mostly because he's sporting his trademark hoodie, and he's got the little Baraka blade that he's got right there. But I know Baraka has two blades, but that's beside the point. You know what I mean? So right there alongside Miss Elvira. Okay. So Mr. Kramer here, believe it or not, was actually a former civil engineer who, unfortunately, after helplessly watching his own wife be assaulted by a drug addict, which actually resulted in the death of his unborn son. And unfortunately, it only took that one moment to make him into a serial killer who mostly targeted those who were seeking to harm others in some way, shape, or form. Maybe sometimes not physical, but also there were times where he would attack them if they were doing him like injustice or something like that. For example, John's philosophy is that those who damage and harm others don't really deserve to live a fruitful life. So he felt like they must be stopped at any cost, which is the way he entered Jigsaw. And of course, in that moment, he actually began production on murderous machines and traps in which his victims either must either mutilate themselves or die. And believe it or not, he wasn't alone. He was aided in his schemes by his fellow and many apprentices, including such names as Amanda Young, Mark Hoffman, Lawrence Gordon, and Logan Nelson. But now, the thing about that is that a few of his apprentices actually betrayed and deceived him. You know, much like, unfortunately, Amanda Young, who actually shot Dr. Lynn Denlon by letting her mental health issues take control of her. And of course, she actually, the reason that she betrayed John is because the doctor was actually trying to save Mr. Kramer because he was dying from an inoperable tumor at the base of his temple. So that was slowly killing him. Now, the reason that thus sort of failing to her in second and last test after her first test. So the thing that I noticed about Jigsaw is that if you're going to be a part of his crew, you have to be ready for anything because he's going to test you in every way, shape, or form. Because even if you think you're on his good graces, you got to watch your back because you never know what could happen, honestly. Because unfortunately, at the time, she was shot and killed, but in the process, John is ultimately killed by his final personal victim, Jeff Denlon, who was that doctor's wife. Now, in the beginning, he did say that he forgave him. However, that didn't stop him from exacting his pound of flesh when he took basically a giant handsaw and slashes John across the thing, and thus ultimately ending his life. Now, I did find out some pretty interesting fun facts about him too, but before that, I must hydrate. And of course, I need to take a moment to say thank you guys because we were at 3.6K likes. Y'all are blowing me up. Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to cry, holding back the tears, just saying. You guys are amazing. But of course, fun facts. Actor Tobin Bell is actually the only voice actor who lended his voice. who films. Can I English for a second? Let me run that back. Back it up. Okay. Actor Tobin Bell is the only actor from the films who actually voiced his character in the video game adaptation known as Saw. Now, I actually did play that game, and it turns out, yeah, that's true. Honestly, it's. I mean, he wasn't like necessarily the only one to do that, but let's not argue semantics here. Honestly, I mean, I thought it was pretty interesting. But also, he did drive a old style. I believe it was a 1967 Shelby. No, not a Shelby. My apologies. A 1967 Plymouth, which in the process, that the director decided to keep that in the film because it's kind of one of those cars that you wouldn't think a murderous serial killer would actually drive because he was actually a very successful man. But that was, post Jigsaw, so either way. I see you, Raven. How you doing? Okay. Okay. Now, since you did just join, I will be happy to run through the characters one more time. Well, I mean, but of course, the first up is Miss Elvira, the Mistress of the Dock, and she's joined by fellow co-star John Kramer, aka the Jigsaw. Lovely. And thankfully, Mr. Kramer doesn't need a friggin' stand, which I'm so grateful for. Oh my goodness. But with that being said, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I do look forward to seeing you guys next week for the finale of the spooky month. And I gotta tell you, it is definitely gonna be it's gonna be bloody, it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be really, really, really special. So I hope to see you guys next week for another rivetingly spooky episode. And of course, with that being said, I will be shooting over to my Twitch to do some gameplay. Probably some more Ghost of Yote, but I'm not really sure. I might switch over to Battlefield, or I don't know, maybe Genshin Blood, maybe Genshin Burst. But with that being said, folks, I want to say thank you to everybody who came out to see me tonight. You guys are awesome. You're breathtaking. I love you guys so much. And of course, I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And as always, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, stay yourself. Be zen, be kind to yourself, be kind to animals, okay? And as always, folks, peace.